For the Stuttgart Reds, it will be Nick Renaud, the veteran right-hander. This is his third year playing Bundesliga baseball. 1 year with Haar, one with Solingen, and now with the Stuttgart Reds. And he will try and somehow put a stop to this machine that is the Heidenheim Heidekopf offense. Meanwhile, the Heidekopf will have Tyler Lockwood going for them, right-hander from Texas. And we are almost getting ready for baseball here. The field is clear. Looks like the mascot is ready to go. That's the most important thing, of course. He's doing his warm-ups. Check 1-2. Well, there you heard the introductions of the Heidenheim Heidekopf, and you hear the noisemakers and the whistles and the kazoos of the Heidenheim fans. And now, be prepared to hear a lot of noise for the Stuttgart Reds. All right, folks, we are about ready for baseball. The Stuttgart Reds are going to try and stop the Heidenheim Heidekopf, who have won, and get this, they have won 22 ball games in a row. The last time they lost a game was back in May, and it is currently August. So that should give you an idea of what the Reds are up against, but that doesn't mean it's not possible. They've got a good pitcher going today, Nick Renaud, as do the Heidenheim Heidekopf and Tyler Lockwood. Let's take a look at the defense for the Heidekopf. Looks like this, for the Stuttgart Reds. Jonathan Wagner is catching, Nick Renaud is pitching, Marcel Herring is playing third base, Xavi Gonzalez is playing short, Dennis Ribbons is getting the start at second base, Marcos Finkler is at first, Ruben Kratke is in left, Gavin Ing is in center, Hagen Retz is in right. And you might notice a very familiar name is missing from the lineup. That is Thomas de Wolf. Thomas de Wolf pulled a groin muscle in yesterday's game, had to come out of the game. And I talked to Troy Williams this morning, and he said he wasn't sure if Thomas would be able to go. And Thomas, of course, if he was able to go, you know he would be in there, and he is not. So the injury must be fairly serious. The Stuttgart Reds have been hit by injuries the last few weeks. Fermin Delgado broke a finger last weekend. Dennis Ribbons had been fighting an injury earlier in the year. And Troy Williams was telling me that, you know, it was disappointing that just when they had their entire team all together, then the injury to Thomas de Wolf, who is arguably their best player. So they're going to have to make do without him. Nick Renaud is going to face the following lineup. Shortstop Charlie Calamia, right fielder Sean Larry, third baseman Andrew Smith, and then Simon Goering, James McOwen, Luke Summer, and then the bottom third of the order, Jay Pecci, Robert Gruber, and Philip Schultz. Nick Renaud is taking his warm-up pitches. I'll give you his numbers. He pitched 119 innings this year, gave up 141 hits, 48 earned runs, 38 walks. He struck out 100, had an ERA of 3.63. All in all, a pretty good year for Nick, although he didn't get off to the start that he wanted to. But he has been a solid pitcher for Troy Williams and the Stuttgart Reds this year, and he is going to take the job of trying to end somehow the 22-game winning streak of the Heidenheim Heidekopf. Meanwhile, the Heidekopf, they did it again last night, what they've been doing all year. It was a close game until the 7th inning, and then Heidenheim just exploded, scoring 7 runs in the top of the 7th inning and then turning it into a 7-inning ball game, as the game was called after 7 innings due to the 10-run rule. And I would venture a guess that Heidenheim has won more shortened games this year than any ball club in the Bundesliga, but I'd have to look that up to confirm it. Anyway, Charlie Calamia is going to step up. So Calamia, Larry, and Smith. Calamia yesterday was 1 for 3 with 2 walks and a run scored. So here's Calamia. Infield is back with the exception of Herring at third. Outfield straight away. Nick Renaud is getting ready behind the mound. And he's going to turn and face his opponent. So we're ready for baseball. Game 2, as Nick Renaud is dusting the pitcher's mound off. The right-hander getting the sign from Jonathan Wagner. And here's the wind and the first pitch to Charlie Calamia. And it's outside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Home plate umpire today is Neil Morrison. Out on the bases are Christopher Feuerecker and Markus Rucker. 3 umpires in the playoffs. 1 ball and no strikes to Calamia. There's a big chopper left side. This ball is foul. Marcel Herring grabbed it with his legs straddling the line, but that ball was to the left of the line, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. It's a big chopper. Herring would have had a tough time throwing out the speedy Calamia. So the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. And the wind-up toys for the Heidekopf are going with just about every pitch. 1-1 to Charlie Calamia. Nick Renaud winds and deals. And it's low, 2 balls and a strike. Kratke is straightaway in left, Ing straightaway in center, Hagenretz straightaway in right. There's a swing and a pop fly, Dennis Ribbons backing up to the outfield grass, has a play, and he makes it. One down. So Nick Renaud gets Charlie Calamia to pop out. And that will bring up Sean Larry. Larry yesterday was 2 for 3, 3 runs scored, 2 doubles, and a walk with the bases loaded. Takes a pitch low and inside, ball 1. His walk preceded the grand slam home run by Andrew Smith that put the game out of reach for the Stuttgart Reds. 1 ball and no strikes to Sean Larry. Left-hand hitter with an open stance. Right side of the infield is back. Here's the 1-ball pitch, and that is a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Jonathan Wagner had the ball trickle off the edge of his glove, but 1 ball and 1 strike to the 22-year-old Sean Larry. Larry, who will celebrate his birthday exactly 1 month from today. 1 ball and 1 strike. And that is inside. 2 balls and a strike. Renaud trying a fastball to tail back in over the inside corner. That one a little bit too far in. Larry crowds the plate. He is right on top of home plate. There's the 2-1. There's a line drive up the middle, and that is a base hit into center field. Nick Renaud perhaps misjudged how hard that ball was hit. I think he thought it was hit a lot harder than it was. He put the glove up and then pulled it away, and the ball went past him. So Sean Larry is on first base with a single. First hit, first base runner for the Heide Cup, and with Larry at first, Andrew Smith will step up. Smith was one of the hitting heroes yesterday. He had 2 doubles and a grand slam home run, 5 RBIs, and 3 runs scored. He was 3 for 5 in the game. So Larry the runner at first, there's 1 out. No score in the game, and now the dueling applause. The Stuttgart fans, and this one is low, ball 1. One ball and no strikes to Andrew Smith with Sean Larry on first base. Nick Renaud comes set. And he steps off and looks Larry back to the bag. The rain has stopped, and there are brighter skies on the horizon. All the darkness you see in the background, that's already past us. There's a curveball, and that is high. 2 balls and no strikes. Larry extends his lead a little bit. And a throw over. Larry dives back. He is safe. That's Christopher Feuerecker over there with the call. 2 balls and no strikes. 1 out in the inning. Larry now goes back to the base as time is called. Now he's back off. With an average size lead. Right hand on his knee, and the 2-0 pitch to Andrew Smith after a long hold, and now Smith asks for time as Renaud is showing some concern for Larry on first base, trying to disrupt the timing. Sometimes the runner on first base will just time the delivery of the pitcher. A lot of pitchers have the same amount of time between when they come set and when they deliver. And now he throws over again. Larry dives back safely. So that's part of the cat and mouse game that goes on between a pitcher and a base runner. Still 2-0 on Andrew Smith. Renaud takes a while getting the sign. Now he comes set. He's holding, and now he delivers. And it is low and outside. They appealed it. He swing, and no, says the first base umpire. 3 balls and no strikes. 3-0 to Smith with Sean Larry on first. Simon Göring lurking in the batter's box. There's the 3-0 pitch. Strike is called on the outside corner. Smith thought it was outside, but the count is now 3-1. And we have dueling trumpets today. Yesterday there was only 1 trumpet. Today there's 2. Fortunately, they're perfectly in harmony. 3-1. Larry off first, 3 balls and a strike to Andrew Smith. Renaud deals. There goes Larry. The pitch is low, ball 4. So it's a walk So after the first out was retired, a single and a walk, and now Simon Göring with runners on first and second, and nobody out. Heidenheim scored 2 runs right away in the first inning of yesterday's game. And Stuttgart never had a chance. They never even tied the game after that, so there has not been an inning of play so far in which the game has been tied. Renault trying to get a ground ball double play to keep that the way it is here. Pitch to Göring, a strike on the inside corner. 0-1 to Simon. Göring yesterday, 2 for 5. He had 2 RBIs. Runner at second base is Larry. The runner at first is Smith, not being held on. Ribbons pats the glove, and now the 1-strike pitch is up and in. 1 ball and 1 strike. Göring with a look down at third base coach Mike Hartley. Klaus Ekle is coaching up the first base line for the Heidekopf. Nick Renault has the sign come set. 1 ball and 1 strike on Simon Göring. Runners leading first and second. Nick looks twice and deals outside, and the count is now 2 balls and a strike. So Renault struggling with his control a little bit. He retired Calamia on a pop-out. Then Larry singled, little broken bat line drive up the middle. And then Smith walked, and now he's 2-1 on the dangerous Simon Göring. There's the pitch. Outside, Wagner with an idea of throwing to second base behind Larry, but didn't do it. 3 balls and a strike. Jamie McGowan is on deck. And the Heidekopf are not swinging at any pitches outside the strike zone. 3-1. Renault getting the sign from Jonathan Wagner. Taking a long time to get one he likes, and now he has one. He comes set. 3-1 to Simon Göring. And the pitch. There goes the runners. Pitch is high, no throw, ball 4. So another walk. And the bases are loaded. So a single and 2 walks, and Nick Renault and the Reds are immediately in trouble. Here's Jamie McGowan. McGowan yesterday, 3 for 5 with a run scored. He also stole a base, so the bases are loaded. Larry is at third, Smith at second, and Göring at first. And the corner infielders are coming up to the edge of the grass. The pitch to McGowan is a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Renault kicking at the dirt in front of the mound. Jamie McGowan stands all the way in the back of the batter's box, but directly in the middle of it. Straightaway stance for Jamie. Wears a batting glove on his right hand. Waggles the bat, waiting. 1 ball, no strikes. The runners lead, bases loaded. The swing and a drive to deep right field. Way back and goodbye. A grand slam home run for Jamie McGowan, and it's 4-0 Heidekopf. That got a standing ovation from the Heidekopf fans. Jamie McGowan cleared the bases. He was looking for something down the middle and got it and crushed it. That ball was long gone. So bases empty. Luke Summer shows bunt, pulls it back, and the pitch is high. Russell Herring was way back at third. Summer would have had an easy single on that. So it is 4-0. Not the beginning Renault was looking for. Here's the pitch to Luke Summer. Breaking ball. That one's high outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Luke Summer yesterday in 4 at-bats was 1 for 4, but he also pitched 6 effective innings as Jonathan Wagner out to have a chat with Nick Renault. Jamie McGowan got a fastball down and in. and hit it over everything in right field. So 2-0 now the count on Luke Summer. There's still only one out. Renault from the Wine deals. Fly ball foul off to the left. 2 balls and 1 strike. Inning began with a pop-up to Kalamia, then Larry singled, Smith walked, Goering walked, and McGowan drove them all home with a grand slam home run. 2-1. There's a swing and a fly ball, shallow center field. Gavin Ing moving over towards right center field, waiting for it, makes the catch, 2 down. Summer got that one off the end of the bat, flies out to Ing in center field. There are 2 down, and now Jay Pecci will step up. Pecci yesterday, 1 out of 5. He did score a run. So 2 straight innings. If you go back to the 7th inning last night, Smith had a grand slam. There's a little flare into left field. That's going to be a diving try by the left fielder, Kratky, but it goes under his glove and behind him. Pecci went halfway to second, and now he decides to go back as Gavin Ing, backing up the play, fired the ball back into Ribbons. So a little flare single, Kratky coming on, made a nice diving try, but the ball just short hopped his glove and went under. Kratky is aboard with a single. And with 2 outs and Pecci at first, here's Robert Gruber. 3rd hit of the inning. So Pecci at first, Robert Gruber the hitter. Gruber came in and pitched the final inning of yesterday's game, and he swings and misses for strike 1. Gruber, as a hitter this year, batted .265. Pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. The runner's on the way to second base. There's a throw to Ribbons, and he is out. And boy, the Reds are lucky on that one because Ribbons was not even covering. It was a delayed steal attempt by Jay Pecci. He saw that the infielders were falling asleep, and were it not for the good throw by Jonathan Wagner, he might have made it. So Pecci is caught stealing. That's the 3rd out of the inning. But the Heidenheim Heidecup score 4 runs on 3 hits. Nobody left on base, no errors, and at the end of a half inning, it is 4-0 Heidenheim. On the mound and pitching for the Heidenheim Heidecup is 26-year-old right-hander Tyler Lockwood. He's from Houston, Texas, and he's working to Simon Goering. Andrew Smith at 3rd, Charlie Kalamia at short, Philip Schultz at 2nd, Jay Pecci at 1st, Gruber in left today, McGowan in center, Sean Larry in right. And this is the lineup. Ing, Gonzalez, Herring, Renault, Wagner, Ribbons, Winkler, Retz, and Kratky. We're in the bottom of the 1st inning. The scoreboard, I know it says top. I'm going to change that in a moment. Here's Gavin Ing. First pitch from Lockwood. Inside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes.
First pitch is inside, so lost ball.
Next one's in there for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. As Tyler Lockwood, I'll give you his numbers in a moment. Ing steps out of the box to grab some sand. Lockwood in 83 2/3 innings at an ERA of 2.58. 24 walks, 69 strikeouts, 24 earned runs. And there's a strike called, and the count is 1-2. One-two pitch. There's a bouncing ball to the right side. Backing up on it is Schultz. He plays from the outfield grass, throws to first in time for the out. 1 down. They'll bring up Xavi Gonzalez.
Xavi Gonzalez.
So Ing, who grounded out, and now Gonzalez will be followed by Herring. Thomas DeWolf not in the lineup today. The pitch is low to Gonzalez, 1 ball and no strikes. You have to wonder if, at the very least, DeWolf might be able to pinch hit at some point later in the game. There's the pitch. There's a fly ball foul off to the right, 1 ball, 1 strike. Tyler Lockwood, right-hander, who it's a very unorthodox delivery. Deals from across his body and throws a strike over the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. He's got a very good changeup. Does Lockwood. Lockwood studied at Texas Christian University, was drafted by the Red Sox in 2010. And there's a breaking ball. That is high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. This is Tyler's first year in the Bundesliga playing with Heidenheim. Signed this offseason. 2-2 pitch to Gonzalez. There's a hard ground ball hit to the Calamia at short, who picks it. The throw to first in time. And there are 2 down. That'll bring up Marcel Herring. Herring yesterday was called into emergency pitching duty when Thomas de Wolf injured himself in the 3rd inning. Herring was 0 for 3 at the plate in yesterday's game. So here's 2 outs, nobody on base. The pitch from Tyler Lockwood, fouled straight back to the screen, strike 1. Oh, 1. Lockwood deals. That's a ball outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. There's the 1-1. That one is way outside. Lockwood looked like he fell off the mound awkwardly after that delivery. Now he walks back behind the mound. 2 balls and 1 strike to Marcel Herring. Herring also took that line drive back to the box yesterday. The 2-1 pitch. There's a hard shot. That is a foul ball down the 3rd base line. About a meter. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Herring. With Nick Renaud waiting on deck. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Tyler Lockwood gets the sign from Goering and deals. Foul away, we'll do it again. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. It is 4-0 Heidenheim in the bottom of the 1st. The pitch swung on and missed for strike 3. Marcel Herring out in front of an off-speed pitch. That was the changeup, I believe, by Tyler Lockwood, a dandy. And at the end of 1 full, it's 4-0 Heidenheim. So we go to the top of the 2nd inning. Robert Gruber, the number 8 hitter, is going to step in. And the first pitch from Renaud is a curveball, and that is a strike. Gruber was at the plate when Pesci was thrown out stealing. So it'll be 8-9-1. Gruber, Schultz, and then Calamia. There's a fly ball, well hit to deep center field. Gavin Ing going back, all the way back in front of the wall. He makes the catch. Robert Gruber just missed that. Gruber flies out. 1 down. So the batter now is Philip Schultz. 1 out in the inning. And the pitch to Schultz is a strike on the outside corner, 0-1 to Philip. Philip in yesterday's game was 2 for 3 with a walk. And the pitch swung on a little tapper left side, charging his Herring. He fields it. It's a fair ball. Throw to first. And safe as the ball gets momentarily away from Winkler. Herring with a good job just to get to that. That will probably be ruled a base hit. Schultz is safe on first base. It was a slow roller. They've called it an error, E5. So here's Calamia. It was a slow ground ball that was trickling up the 3rd baseline. Herring charged it and had to throw off balance. His throw was low and short hop Winkler, who couldn't scoop it. So now Schultz the runner at first. Charlie Calamia in the batter's box with 1 out. And the pitch outside for a ball. Calamia popped up his first time, 0 for 1. 1 ball and no strikes on Charlie. With Schultz leading off first, 1 out in the inning, 4-0. There's a strike called. Good fastball over the inside corner, 1 ball and 1 strike. Schultz, the runner on first. Nick Renaud comes set. 1-1 to Calamia. And the pitch is a big chopper foul on the third base side. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Charlie Calamia now. There's 1 out, 4-0 on the grand slam home run by McOwen in the first inning. The pitch. There's another chopper left side towards the hole. Long run for Gonzalez. He cuts it off in the hole. The throw to first is not in time. Good scoop by Winkler, but Calamia beat that one out. That's a base hit the whole way. It was a slow ground ball to the left side. And Calamia reaches. Calamia gets to first base quickly. So now with 2 on and 1 out, Sean Larry. Larry singled his first time, came around to score on the grand slam by McOwen. So Calamia, the runner at first, Schultz is the runner at second. And the pitch is high for a ball. One ball and no strikes from Nick Renaud to Sean Larry. Here's the next one. This one is inside, and it is 2 balls and no strikes. Larry, who crowds the plate, had to lift his arms up to get out of the way of that pitch. Renaud thought it was still over the plate. So the count is 2 balls and no strikes to Sean Larry. Philip Schultz is on second base. He reached on the error by Marcel Herring. Calamia is on first. He got an infield single. 2-0 to Sean Larry. And a long look, and time is called. So that pitch does not count. 2 balls and no strikes. 2 balls and no strikes. Now the sun is starting to come out. 4-0 Heidenheim. Schultz at second. Calamia at first. The pitch. There's a line drive to right field. That is a base hit. Schultz is being held at third base as Hagenretz comes up with a good throw back to the infield. So the bases are loaded on the line drive single by Sean Larry. And yesterday's grand slam hitter, Andrew Smith, comes up to the plate again with the bases loaded. The Heidekopf are in position to do something rather unusual here. Andrew Smith with the bases loaded. Schultz at third, Calamia at second, Larry at first. 1 out in the inning. The pitch. Fastball is high, ball 1. McOwen hit a grand slam home run in the first inning. Smith hit a grand slam home run yesterday in the 7th inning. Nick Renaud getting the signs from Jonathan Wagner. Checks the runner at third, starts the windup, deals to Andrew Smith. There's a little flare off to the right, and that's going to go foul for strike 1. Smith broke his bat, needs to get a new one. 1 ball and 1 strike to count to him. Philip Schultz is at third. Charlie Calamia is on second. Sean Larry is on first. Andrew Smith looking for a new bat. He comes back with one. 1 ball and 1 strike to count to him. Smith, his first time, walked. It is 4-0 Heidekopf. Andrew takes a practice swing, and now he gets back in there. Schultz, Calamia, and Larry, the runners, leading. The bases loaded. 1-1 on Andrew Smith. The pitch. Strike called at the letters on the inside corner, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Nick Renaud Trying to pitch out of a jam here. Checks the runner, starts the wind. Here's the 1-2 pitch on the way. There's a bouncing ball to Marcel Herring. He steps on the bag, throws to first. That'll be a double play to end the inning. Exactly what Nick Renaud and the Stuttgart Reds needed. A 5-3 double play. No run come home on that. The inning is over without a run scoring. No runs on 2 hits. There were 3 left on base. There was 1 error. At the end of 1.5, it is 4-0 Heidenheim. We go to the bottom of the second inning. It's going to be 4, 5, and 6. Nick Renaud, Jonathan Wagner, and Dennis Ribbons. Trailing 4-0 to Tyler Lockwood and the Heidenheim Heidekopf. So Renaud, who got the ground ball he needed off the bat of Andrew Smith. The 5-3 double play with the bases loaded. And now Renaud will come in and face Tyler Lockwood. And the first pitch is a strike over the outside corner, 0-1. Nick in yesterday's game was 1 for 3 with an RBI. And he swings and misses, and he's behind 0-2. Good fastball from Lockwood. That one tailing in on the hands of Renaud. Renaud quickly in the hole, 0-2. And he struck him out. There's that nasty changeup down and away. Renaud flailing at it. Second strikeout for Lockwood, first out of the inning. And that will bring up Jonathan Wagner. Wagner in yesterday's game was 0 for 3. The Reds only got 4 hits in yesterday's game. And they have a tough customer facing them again today. Pitches inside for a ball to Wagner, 1 ball and no strikes. 4 straight retired by Lockwood to begin the game. There's the 1-0 pitch. There's a swing and a fly ball to center field. McOwen in his tracks. Now he's coming in a few steps, makes the catch. 2 down as Wagner was jammed on that pitch. You see that ball tail in on him, and he got it off the handle of the bat. Hit a little fly ball to center field. McOwen made an easy catch. And that's 5 up and 5 down for Tyler Lockwood. Here's Ribbons. Ribbons playing second base today as he did yesterday. Ribbons yesterday as he looks to the strike, 0-1. Ribbons was 0 for 2 with a walk. He did score a run. And the next one on the way, swung on a miss, strike 2. It's almost like the Heidekopf can't do anything wrong. They can't even throw a ball. It's just all good for Heidenheim. Here's the 0-2 outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And that one is low. Good fastball, Lockwood changing speeds very effectively. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the wind and the pitch to Ribbons. There's a little tapper to the right side. Philip Schultz on the second bounce has it, throws to first in time, and that is a 1-2-3 inning. 4-3 on the putout. 6 up and 6 down for Tyler Lockwood. At the end of 2 full, it is 4-0 Heidenheim. All right, it's going to be 4, 5, and 6. Simon Göring, Jamie McOwen, and Luke Summer for the Heidekopf against Nick Renaud out there for his 3rd inning of work. The first inning grand slam by Jamie McOwen is the difference in the game. The first pitch to Simon Göring is high for a ball. Göring walked preceding that home run by Jamie McOwen. 1 ball and no strikes to count to Simon. The pitch. There's a swing and a drive to center field. Gavin Ing on his horse towards the gap in left center field makes the catch. And Göring flies out for out number 1. Göring maybe was a little off balance, reached for that one with 1 hand. Got good wood on it, but Gavin Ing covered a lot of ground, moved over to left center field, actually came in a little bit to make that catch. So there's 1 down, and here's McOwen. It was McOwen who really got into a fastball in the first inning. And the first pitch to him this time is low for a ball. McOwen hit a 1-0 pitch over the right field fence, and it was no doubter. There's the 1-0. That one's outside, 2-0. On McOwen. Renault deals. There's a flare off to the left. That ball's going to land in the crowd. 2 balls and 1 strike to James McOwen. Renault getting the sign. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball hit off the end of the bat down the third base line and foul just out of the reach of Marcel Herring. Herring was playing off the line. So the count is 2-2. McOwen was out in front of that one and just sort of tapped it up the third base line, out of the reach of Herring. 2-2 the count. Renault winds and deals. Fouled away. We'll do it again. That was a fastball from Nick. Luke Sommer is on deck. 2-2 with 1 out. 4-5-0 for the Heide Cup. 0-0-1 for Stuttgart. The pitch. There's a little ground ball hit slowly to the shortstop Gonzalez. The throw to first is in time. Xavi Gonzalez makes the put out. And there are 2 down. So here's Luke Sommer. Sommer flied out his first time, 0 for 1. Renault trying to find his groove. He made a big pitch last inning, got Andrew Smith to ground into a double play with the bases loaded to end the inning. So now he's trying to get a 1-2-3 frame. Luke Sommer with a drive to right field and deep, going back Hagen-Retz down the line. That ball's gone. Home run for Luke Sommer. That ball hooked down the line and went around the fair pole and well over the fence beyond the tree in right field, and it is 5-0 Heidekopp. So a couple of blasts. So much for the 1-2-3 inning. So here's Pecci. Pecci singled and was caught stealing. And he hits a chopper to the right side. That's Dennis Ribbons, who fields it on the second bounce and throws to first in time for the out. So 1 pitch in the wrong place, and Nick Renault has to deal with another run coming around. 1 run on 1 hit. There was nobody left on base. There were no errors. At the end of 2.5, it is. All right, we're going to the bottom of the 3rd inning. It's been 6 up and 6 down for Tyler Lockwood as the sun is beginning to come out now. So it'll be Winkler, Hagen-Retz, Markus Winkler, Hagen-Retz, and Ruben Kratke. 7, 8, 9. Tyler Lockwood with a 5-0 lead, winds and deals, and the pitch is outside to Winkler, ball 1. Markus Winkler came into the game yesterday and ended up 1 for 2 with 2 runs batted in. This one is outside, 2-0. Winkler entered the game in Thomas DeWolf's spot in the order, came up with the bases loaded in the 3rd inning in yesterday's game and grounded a single for 2 runs. There's the 2-0 pitch. That one is outside, 3-0. Goering trying to frame that one, and the ball went off his glove to the backstop. So Tyler Lockwood is in danger of allowing his first base runner here in the 3rd inning. 3-0. Hagen-Retz waiting on deck. There's a strike at the letters of the outside corner, 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike with nobody out. Leading off the bottom of the third is 5-0 Heidenheim. And this one is low, ball 4. So Winkler draws a walk, first base runner. And now Hagen Retz will step to the plate. So Retz, a bat left-handed. In yesterday's game, he was 0 for 3. And the pitch to him is high for a ball. So Lockwood falling behind the hitters this inning. He's been a strike-throwing machine so far the first 2. Runner on first is Winkler. And this one is high. 2 balls and no strikes to Hagen Retz. Fans here in Stuttgart looking for something to yell and scream about. Heidenheimers have been making a lot of noise. Here's the pitch. There's a strike called. 2 balls and 1 strike. That's with a check swing. I think that ball might have tipped his bat on the way through. So 2-1 on Hagen with Ruben Kratke on deck. Markus Winkler, the runner at first. Tyler Lockwood comes set. Now a throw to first, and Winkler is safe. 2 balls and a strike on Retz. This one is inside, 3-1.
Tyler Lockwood. Hat nicht mit ihm Probleme. Die Schlagzeilen wird jetzt 3 Balls, 1 Strike, auch für Hagen Retz.
3-1, nobody out. Winkler, the runner at first. Hagen Retz in the batter's box. Tyler Lockwood comes set. Here's the pitch. And a strike is called. Retz again with a half swing at that one. Now he's looking down at the signs. 3-2 with nobody out. Winkler on first. Let's see if he's going. He is not. And ball 4. That one was a little bit too high. So 2 straight walks for Tyler Lockwood. And the Stuttgart Reds have a rally going. They have runners on first and second with nobody out. Ruben Kratke, the hitter. Kratke in yesterday's game had a base hit in 2 trips. Came around to score a run. So he's up there. He might be asked to bunt by Troy Williams. Williams giving the signs. Winkler, the runner at second. Retz is the runner at first. Ruben Kratke in the batter's box. The infielders are up. There's a swing and a foul tip, so no sign of bunt on that one. Strike 1. Of course, Stuttgart needs more base runners, but they also need to push across a run here and there when they can and hope that Renault can hold the Heidenheim offense. Of course, Lockwood would like to strand these runners. There's a little ground ball slowly hit to the right side. Petchy off the bag fields it. He will take it to the bag himself. The runners will move to second and third, and that's as good as a sacrifice bunt. Kratke grounds out 3 unassisted, but the other runners move up. So now Winkler is at third. Retz is at second. And now the top of the order, Gavin Ing. Ing can get a base hit. It could be 2 runs. Ing, his first time, hit a ground ball to Philip Schultz. He's 0 for 1. Winkler is at third. Retz is at second. There's 1 out in the inning. 5-0 Heidenheim. The pitch is a ball inside Ing. 1 ball and no strikes. One ball, no strikes to count. Pitch to Ing. There's a hard ground ball to the second baseman, Schultz, who stays with it, throws to first for the out. Coming home to score is Winkler, and Stuttgart is on the board. It is 5-1. So with 2 down, and now Retz, the runner at third, that'll bring up Xavi Gonzalez. Ing gets an RBI on the ground out. It is 5-1, and the pitch to Gonzalez. Swing a foul tip into and out of the glove of Simon Göring. Strike 1. Gonzalez would love to come up with a 2-out hit and tack on another run. Heidenheim, such a strong defensive team. They're very difficult to score runs on, and there's a pitch outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Marcel Herring is on deck. One and one, Tyler Lockwood deals to Gonzalez. And a strike is called. Good fastball painting the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lockwood has struck out 2 so far. He's walked 2. One of those walks has scored. The other one, Retz, is standing on third base. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Xavi Gonzalez. Here's the pitch from Lockwood. There's a slowly hit ground ball to Charlie Calamia. He fields it on the run, throw to first, in time to end the inning. Charlie Calamia throws out Xavi Gonzalez for the 3rd out of the inning, but Stuttgart gets 1 run on no hits. 1 man left on base, no errors. At the end of 3 full, it is Heidenheim 5, Stuttgart 1. So here's Robert Gruber. And the pitch is up and in for ball 1. Robert Gruber. And then it'll be Philip Schultz after. And then the top of the order, Charlie Calamia against Nick Renaud. 5-1 Heidenheim. The pitch is a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Gruber, his first time hit a fly ball to deep center field. He just got under 1. Nick Renaud has given up 2 home runs today. 1-1 pitch. Check swing on a ball away. They're going to peel down the first base side, and he said yes, it's a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Looked like a breaking ball down and away. Gruber couldn't check his swing. And it's 1-2. Renaud deals. This one is up and in, and Gruber had to spin out of the way of that one. He was diving out over the outer half of the plate, and Renaud ran a fastball up under his chin. 2-2 the count. It is 5-1 Heidekopp, a grand slam by McOwen and a solo home run by Luke Sommer. Swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt, blocked by Wagner. He's got to throw to first, which he does to complete the strikeout. And there's 1 down. That is the first strikeout for Renaud. That'll bring up Philip Schultz. Schultz, his first time, reached on an error and was stranded at 3rd. Renaud escaped a major jam in the 2nd inning, getting that double play ground ball off the bat of Andrew Smith. Then he gave up a home run. The first pitch, by the way, to Schultz is a strike. He gave up a home run to Luke Sommer in the 3rd inning, but otherwise had a clean inning. There's the 0-1, breaking ball. Actually, it's a fastball. That's high and outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. One and one on Schultz with 1 down here. We're in the top of the 4th. Nick Renaud winds and deals. There's a strike called over the outside corner, 1-2. Marcel Herring is way up on the edge of the grass, perhaps looking for a bunt. Off the bat of Philip Schultz, 1-2. There's a ground ball to the right side. Dennis Ribbons has it from the outfield grass, throws to first. His throw is a little bit wild, but Winkler kept his foot on the bag, and they get the out. 2 down. Ribbons almost threw that ball away. Winkler with a long stretch to the glove side, kept his right foot on the bag barely, and Philip Schultz is out 4-3. That's the 2nd out of the inning, and that'll turn the lineup over. It is now Charlie Calamia. Calamia 1 for 2. He singled and popped out. 2 down in the 4th inning. It is 5-1 Heidekopp. Outfield straightaway, infield is straightaway, with the exception of Herring playing even with the bag at 3rd. And the breaking ball to Calamia is low, ball 1. Charlie awaits the 1-0 from Nick and swings at it and misses for strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to Calamia. Now Renaud deals. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one is away, 2-1. Calamia played in Italy in 2010 until 2012. This is his first year with the Heidekopp. The pitch. There's a strike over the outside corner. 2-2 the count. Renaud has different body language this inning. He appears more comfortable at the moment. He's working more quickly, and he's getting ahead of the Heidenheim hitters. 2-2 to Kalamia, the pitch. Swing and a miss, he struck him out. Kalamia strikes out, second strikeout for Nick Renault. And that's a 1-2-3 inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. At the end of 3.5, Heidenheim 5, Stuttgart 1. So it'll be 3, 4, and 5. Marcel Herring, Nick Renault, and Jonathan Wagner facing Tyler Lockwood. Lockwood gave up a run last inning without giving up a hit. He still has not given up a hit. He gave up 2 walks, and then they came around and scored on 3 productive outs. A ground out by Kratke, a ground out by Ing, and a ground out by Gonzalez. The first pitch to Herring is low and outside for ball 1. There's the wind and the pitch. There's a swing and a foul back to the screen. 1 ball, 1 strike. Herring laid on a fastball that was up out over the plate. Tyler Lockwood gets a new ball. He's rubbing it off the mound. And now he steps onto the hill, gets the sign from Göring, and winds. The 1-1 pitch. There's a slow ground ball to the third baseman. Charging on it is Smith. He fields a short hop, throws across in time. Good play by Andrew Smith. He couldn't get that ball on the big hop and had to take it on the short hop. And he made it look easy. 1 down on the 5-3 putout. That will bring up Nick Renault. Renault has struck out his first time, one of 2 strikeouts by Tyler Lockwood. Remember, this Stuttgart team is without one of their best offensive players. As the pitch to Renault is a strike. Thomas de Wolf with a groin injury, unable to go today. He was one of the most productive hitters, not just for the Reds, but in the Bundesliga with 9 home runs. Oh, this one is way outside. Lockwood looking down back at the mound after he released that one. 1 ball, 1 strike to count on Renault. There's 1 out in the inning. Pitch on the way. There's a swing and a foul off to the right. 1-2. That was a fastball over the outer edge of the plate. Renault reaching for it. And now with 2 strikes, you have to be on the lookout for that devastating changeup from Tyler Lockwood. 1-2. The pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. There was the changeup. 2 outs in the inning. 3rd strikeout for Lockwood. And that will bring up Jonathan Wagner. Wagner flied to center his first time. He was jammed on a pitch. And Lockwood, only blemish on his line are the 2 walks last inning and the run. But he has not given up a hit here in the 4th. Pitch to Wagner. Outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to Jonathan Wagner. Lockwood gets the sign from Wagner, winds and deals. There's the pitch. There's a strike over the outside corner. Good location by Tyler. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike to count to Jonathan Wagner. The pitch. This one is high and outside. 2 balls and a strike. Wagner's 22 years old. This is his first year with the Reds. And he looks at a ball. 3 balls and 1 strike to count. It is 5-1. Heidenheim here in the bottom of the 4th. And the pitch, swing and a miss, and the count is now full 3-2. Jonathan swinging and missing at a pitch over the outside part of the plate. He's in the hole now with 2 strikes, 3 balls and 2 strikes. There's a line drive over short, base hit to left center field. That ball's towards the gap. It gets through and goes all the way to the fence. Wagner is on his way for second base. He will be there with a double. And there's the first hit for the Stuttgart Reds. That ball was well struck off the bat of Jonathan Wagner. The line drive hit the turf and then just scooted all the way to the fence where it bounced back to McOwen. And McOwen had nothing else he could do except just get it back to the infield. Wagner standing at second base by the time the ball came back in. And now here is Ribbons. Ribbons 0 for 1. 2 outs and a runner at second. The pitch from Lockwood. Outside in the dirt, ball 1. One ball and no strikes, 2 outs in the inning. Jonathan Wagner, the hitter. Here's the pitch. Swinging and a foul tip at the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. Marcus Winkler waiting on deck should Ribbons extend the inning. Heidenheim scored 4 in the first on the grand slam by McOwen, 1 in the third on the solo home run by Luke Summer. In the bottom of the third, Stuttgart scored a run on a ground out by Gavin Ing. And this one is low and outside. 2 balls and a strike now to Dennis Ribbons. Stuttgart trying to scratch and claw their way back into this game. Nick Renaud appears to have settled down. 2-1 as Lockwood gets the sign from Goering. Wagner off second, the pitch. There's a strike over the outside corner. 2-2. Tyler Lockwood with a 2-2 count on Dennis Ribbons. Here's the pitch. And that one is low. 3 balls and 2 strikes, a full count. Lockwood has walked 2. Those were both last inning. Giving up just the 1 hit. That was to Wagner moments ago. Wagner standing on second base. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Lockwood comes set. Here's the pitch to Ribbons. It is inside for ball 4. Close pitch. But the call goes to Dennis Ribbons. And now 2 on with 2 outs. And the batter is Marcus Winkler. Winkler walked and came around to score last inning. So with 2 outs, Wagner the runner at second. Ribbons the runner at first, not being held on by Pecci. Infield is back. The pitch to Winkler is inside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Heidenheim leading this game 5-1. Leading the series 1 game to none. Runners leading first and second. Here's the pitch to Winkler. Strike called over the outside corner. Good fastball from Tyler Lockwood. 1 ball and 1 strike. As you hear the kazoos and the sirens start going. And the clapping of the Stuttgart fans in competition with the Heidenheim sirens. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Winkler. There's a breaking ball. That one is up and in. 2 balls and 1 strike. Give you 3 guesses who they're chanting for. 2 balls and 1 strike on Marcus Winkler. There's a swing and a miss. Winkler with a big cut. 2-2. Winkler has power. He did it a home run this year. Waiting on deck, Hagen Retz. 2-2. Runners on first and second with 2 outs. Lockwood deals the pitch. Swing and a tapper over Lockwood's head. Charging Kalamia. He will step on second for the 3rd out of the inning. So Winkler grounds out 6 unassisted. That's the 3rd out of the inning. The Reds do not get any runs. They did get 1 hit. They left 2. There were no errors. And at the end of 4 full, it is Heidenheim 5, Stuttgart 1. Okay, so we are back for the 5th inning. Heidenheim with a 5-1 lead, and it will be 2-3-4 Sean Larry, Andrew Smith, and Simon Göring. And there's a swing and a ground ball base hit to right field off the bat of Larry. First pitch swinging. Got a pitch inside and pulled it past Marcus Winkler into right field. Base hit. That is hit number 7 for the Heidenheim. Renault has walked 2. Andrew Smith has walked, scored a run, and hit into a double play. Larry, meanwhile, is 3 for 3 with 3 singles. There's the pitch. Outside and high for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes to Andrew Smith. Runner off first is Larry. There's nobody out. The pitch. There's a strike called over the outside edge. 1 ball and 1 strike. Renault getting the sign from Wagner, taking his time. Now he has one he likes. Larry with a very short lead at first, being held on by Winkler. The pitch to Smith, swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes rather. As Nick Renault got a fastball past Andrew, and the count is 1-2. Renault gave up 4 runs in the first. He allowed a single, 2 walks, and then a grand slam home run to Jamie McGowan, and then the solo shot by Summer in the third. There's the pitch, and that one is outside. Good take by Smith. Not chasing a pitch. Renault trying to get Smith to chase a fastball that was a little bit outside, and Andrew not going for it. So the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. And a throw to first. Diving back is Larry. He's in there. Dusts himself off. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Andrew Smith. With Larry at first, nobody out, 5th inning. The pitch. He reaches for this one and fouls it away. And the count is still 2-2. Two and 2. Sean Larry at first, nobody out. It is 5-1, 5-7-0 for the Heidi Cup. 1-1-1 for the Stuttgart Reds. Larry with a short lead off first, not going. The pitch is inside, and that one hit Andrew Smith. Looked like it got him on the left forearm. So he will take first base. Larry will take second base. And now Simon Göring. So Nick Renault trying to get a fastball in on the hands of Smith, and that one got away from him. So with nobody out, runners on first and second. Larry at second. Smith is at first. And Simon Göring, who is 0 for 1 with a walk, he scored a run. Steps into the plate. And the Heidenheim fans are looking for something big from their team favorite. There's the pitch to Simon. And this one is low, dropped momentarily by Wagner. Taking third alertly is Sean Larry. But he ran the moment that ball came out of Jonathan Wagner's glove. Staying put at first is Andrew Smith. That'll be a pass ball. The ball was not in the dirt. So now runners on first and third. Larry is at third, Smith is at first. 1 ball to count on Simon Göring. Sean Larry very quick off the bag at second. There's the 1-0 pitch coming to Simon Göring. It swung on, hit on the ground towards the hole. Diving stop by Xavi Gonzalez, but he will have no play. It's a base hit and an RBI for Simon Göring, and Heidenheim leads 6-1. The ground ball hit to Gonzalez's right. He had to dive just to keep it on the infield. As suddenly there is the sound of thunder. So here's McGowan. Still nobody out. A little ground ball. Looked like Göring was jammed on it, but Gonzalez, all he could do was knock it down. So Göring is at first. There's the pitch to McGowan. It is low. Smith is the runner at second. McGowan 1 for 2. The one, a big one, a grand slam home run. It is 6-1 Heidenheim here. We're in the top of the 5th. More storm clouds in the area. Nick Renaud comes set, 1-0 on Jamie McOwen. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, big swing and a miss by McOwen, and the count is 1-2. Excuse me, 1-1. Scoreboard had 1-1, but I think the count now is 1-1. Single by Larry, hit by pitch to Smith, and then the single to Goering. That's good for a run. Smith at second, Goering at first, dancing around off the bag. The pitch swung on, hit on the ground, and a diving stop by Marcus Winkler, and he takes it to the bag himself. Nice play by Marcus Winkler to keep that ball from going down the right field line. Moving to second and third are Smith and Goering. There is one out. So McOwen advances the runners, and now Luke Summer will come to the plate. Summer 1 for 2. That one, he hit a bomb over the right field fence his last time. And he's got runners on second and third. Andrew Smith, the runner at third. Simon Goering at second with one out here. With threatening skies coming overhead, but they may miss us. There is some clear sky above us as well. Here's the pitch to Luke Summer. There's a strike under the hands over the inside corner. Luke was looking for something outside, and he even nodded as the pitch was called a strike. So 0-1. Smith at third, Goering at second, one out. The pitch, and now Renaud steps off, and he wants to have Wagner come out and have a chat. So as you see, the sky off to the left beyond the left field fence is pretty threatening. Behind us is not as dark. At any rate, it's only supposed to be passing showers as far as I know anyway. Anyway, runners on second and third. Smith the runner at third, Goering the runner at second. One strike to count on Luke Summer with one out in the inning. Nick Renaud, after the conversation with Wagner, comes set and deals to Luke Summer inside. And the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. One and one. 6-1 Heidenheim in the fifth with one out. The pitch. Breaking ball, and he just missed the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike, and another thunderbolt sounding off in the distance. 2-1 as Renaud comes set. The pitch to Luke Summer. There's a ground ball foul, and the count is now even 2-2. Smith, the runner at third. Goering, the runner at second. 1 run is in. That was Larry. He scored. He led off the inning with a single. Came around to score on Goering's base hit. 2-2 on Luke Summer with the runners leading on second and third as Renaud, again, taking a long time to get the sign. Now he's got what he likes. Comes set. And now he steps off. So Renaud very deliberately trying to go after Luke Summer here. He's got 2 strikes on him. He wants the strikeout. Infielders are playing halfway, which is somewhat odd. 2-2 the count. Here it comes. There's a hard line drive, and that one nailed Klaus Eckle down the first baseline, and he gets up and shakes it off. Well, he got that one in the gut. So he gets a standing ovation from the Heidenheim fans. Klaus Eckle, seemingly always with a smile on his face, and even a line drive to the gut apparently can't change that. So 2 balls and 2 strikes, still the count to Luke Summer. Summer getting around on that pitch from Nick Renaud. Runners leading second and third with 1 out. Renaud comes set. The pitch to Summer. Fly ball, shallow right field. Actually, that's pretty deep, but it's playable for Hagen Retz, who is called off by Ing. Runner tagging from third. The throw comes to the shortstop Gonzalez, and the run will come home and score. A sac fly for Luke Summer brings home the 7th run. As Smith scored, Goering stayed put at second base. Summer gets an RBI on the sacrifice fly for the second out, and it is 7-1 Heidenheim. So here's Pecci. Goering now the runner at second with 2 down. Pecci today, 1 for 2 with a single. He was caught stealing. And the pitch to Jay is low and in the dirt. Scooped by Wagner, ball 1. 7-8-0 for the Heidekopf. 1-1-1 for Stuttgart. Renault comes set. 1-0 on Pecci. A long hold by Nick, and he deals. Strike called. Fastball of the knees, 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 ball and 1 strike with 2 outs. 2 runs are in. Inning began with a single to Larry, then Smith was hit by the pitch. Goering singled, driving home Larry, who had advanced on a passed ball. And then the sacrifice fly from Summer brought home the 2nd run. That was Smith scoring from 3rd. There's a swing and a pop fly off to the left, foul and out of play in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Pecci. Pecci with a very short, compact swing. Looked like he was off balance, but was able to keep his hands back on that pitch and foul it off to the left as Renault left it up and out over the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Jay. Goering leading off second. Time is called by Wagner. And now Wagner going to go have another chat with Nick Renault. So Renault having trouble finding a rhythm in this inning. He dealt a scoreless 2nd and 3rd, but he allowed a run in the 3rd. He had a scoreless 2nd and 4th. He's allowed 2 here in the 5th. Gave up 4 in the 1st, so 7 total. 7-1 Heidekopf. Goering is out there on second. 1 and 2 on Pecci with 2 down as Renault comes set. And he steps off again. And he wants Wagner to go through the signs again. I wonder if he's concerned that Goering is stealing signs or if he just really can't make up his mind. Sometimes if there's a runner on second base, they change up the signs. Anyway, here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, little flare off to the left. Long run for Marcel Herring. He will not get it. The ball lands untouched, foul, and rolls over towards the dugout. So Pecci was jammed on the pitch. Fought it off. But neither Herring nor Wagner could reach that one. And so we'll do it again. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Two down in the inning. Goering the runner on second base. And now the chanting begins again. Heidenheim fans and Stuttgart fans, a lot of them here. 1 and 2 to Jay Pecci. Nick Renault deals. Fouled away again. Jay Pecci hanging tough. That one goes right back to the screen. 1 and 2 on Pecci. A long at bat for Jay. As Renault comes set and the pitch. There's a swing and a pop-up. This one might be playable. Herring calling for it in foul ground, makes the catch, and Nick Renault wins the battle with Jay Pecci. The inning comes to a close. However, the Heidekopf score 2 runs on 2 hits. There's 1 man left on base. No errors, and at the end of 4.5, it is Heidenheim 7, Stuttgart 1. right, it'll be 8, 9, and 1 against Tyler Lockwood. Tyler Lockwood with a 7-1 lead here. Hagen Retz leading off, and the first pitch to him is a strike. Tyler has walked 3. He's given up just 1 hit. He has struck out 3. And the 1 run, of course. Next pitch on the way. This one is a off-speed pitch, down and in, 1 ball and 1 strike. One pitch on the way to Retz. And this one is inside, 2 balls and a strike. There's a hard ground ball to the right side, backhanded by Pecci. He will feed Tyler Lockwood, who's racing to the bag, and wins the race with Hagen Retz. So there's 1 down. Good backhanded pickup by Jay Pecci at first. And that will bring up Ruben Kratky. There's the wind from Lockwood. The first pitch to Kratky is bounced slowly along the third baseline, and it is foul, strike 1. Retz had walked in his only other previous at-bat. Kratky grounded out, so he's 0 for 1. Strike 1 to Ruben. One strike to count on Ruben Kratky. Tyler Lockwood winds and deals. There's another ground ball down the third baseline, foul, 0-2. Lockwood throwing a couple of pitches tailing in on the hands of Kratky, and he couldn't get the barrel of the bat around and tapped it foul off the middle part of his bat. 0-2 from Lockwood to Kratky with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. This one is a breaking ball. That is high and outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 7 runs on 8 hits and no errors for the Heidekopf. 1 run on 1 hit with 1 error for Stuttgart. Swing and a foul tip into the mitt of Simon Göring for strike 3. Kratky is out. That's out number 2. And strikeout number 4 for Tyler Lockwood. And that'll turn the lineup over. Here's Gavin Ing. Ing is 0 for 2. He is grounded to second twice, but one of those ground balls drove in a run, so he has an RBI. In fact, that's the only run that Stuttgart has scored in this game. The only hit was by Wagner. This one is inside. Ball 1 skips away from Göring. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Stuttgart has only left 3 men on base. Heidenheim has only left 4 on, but of course Heidenheim has pushed 7 of them across. 1-0 pitch to Ing. There's a fastball, tails back over the inside corner for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike from Lockwood to Gavin Ing. There's the next one. And there's another strike. That one dropping in over the inside corner. Ing was, even though he didn't swing at it, you could see that he was out in front of it. His weight had already been transferred from one leg to the other. The 1-2 pitch. There's a hard ground ball to the right side on 2 hops. Philip Schultz has it. Throws to first in time. And Gavin Ing has grounded out to end the inning. 1, 2, 3. Ing has grounded to second 3 straight at-bats. So no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left at the end of 5 full. Heidenheim leads this one 7-1. All right, we get ready for the top of the 6th. Heidenheim leading 7-1. They're going to send 8, 9, and 1. Robert Gruber, Philip Schultz, and Charlie Calamia to the plate against Nick Renaud, who is still out there battling in this one. He gave up a grand slam in the first inning to Jamie McGowan, solo home run to Luke Sommer in the third, and then a couple of runs on a single and a sac fly in the 5th. And the pitch to Gruber is a strike at the letters on the outside corner, 0-1. Robert is 0 for 2. He struck out. One of 2 strikeouts by Renaud. And the pitch is low. Renaud has also walked 2. He's given up 8 hits and 7 runs. Gruber with a big swing and a miss, doesn't get the fastball, and he's behind in the count 1-2. On deck, Philip Schultz. 1-2 pitch. There's a swing and a miss. Renaud got Gruber with a breaking ball. It was a high one. It was actually a hittable pitch, but Gruber swung right through it. Strike 3. That's the 3rd strikeout for Nick Renaud. And the first out here in the 6th. And that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Philip Schultz. Here it comes. There's a swing and a fly ball to right field. Hagenretz has room. He makes the catch. And Philip Schultz flies out for the second out. That ball got in on Schultz a little bit, didn't quite get the good wood on it. So 2 outs, 2 quick outs, and now the top of the order, Charlie Calamia. I would be curious to know, and maybe I'll go through the statistics and look at this. I wonder what the longest consecutive string of outs against the Heidenheim Heidekopf this year by any team is. It seems like it's almost impossible to retire them 3 up, 3 down, as Nick Renaud is trying to do here. He deals up high, ball 1 to Calamia. I'm going to go through and look that up for you. There's a breaking ball that is inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Renaud did have a 1-2-3 inning in the 4th inning. He only faced 4 hitters in the 3rd. He's 2-0 on Calamia, now he's 3-0 on Calamia as the pitch is up high. But this team, Heidekopf, they just do not give you anything for free. And they take everything they can get. There's the 3-0. Strike is called at the letters. Calamia almost took off for first base. Sean Larry is on deck. 3-1 to Calamia. There's a foul, and the count is now 3-2. As Renaud coming right after Charlie with a fastball on the inner portion of the plate. 3 balls and 2 strikes the count to Charlie Calamia. Three and 2. Here it comes. Foul away again. Have no fear, the trumpet is here. 3-2, 2 outs. Nick Renaud with a little walk behind the back of the mound. Now he steps up onto the third base side of the rubber. Gets the sign from Jonathan Wagner. Starts the windup, rocks, kicks, and deals. 3-2. Ground ball to the right side. 2 hops for Dennis Ribbons. He fields it, throws to first, and there's a 1-2-3 inning against the Heidenheim Heidekopf for Nick Renaud. Charlie Calamia grounds out 4-3. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left at the end of 5.5. It is Heidenheim 7, Stuttgart 1. All right, we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Game 2 of the Bundesliga semifinal between Stuttgart and Heidenheim. Heidenheim leading this game 7-1. And it's going to be 2-3-4. Xavi Gonzalez, Marcel Herring, and Nick Renaud against Tyler Lockwood. Lockwood has given up all of 1 hit. There's a swing and a pop fly left side, foul and out of play, strike 1. The only hit that Stuttgart has was the 4th inning double by Jonathan Wagner, and he was stranded. They scored a run in the 3rd inning without the benefit of a hit. 2 walks by Lockwood, And a couple of ground outs moved the runners along, and they got a run out of it. The pitch is low and outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Winkler scored the run. Here's the 1-1. Fastball inside, running under the hands of Gonzalez. Good location on that pitch by Lockwood. But Gonzalez didn't go after it. 2-1 the count to him. Lockwood winds and deals. There's a swing and a fly ball to deep center field. Going back on it is McCohen, way back in deep center field. He pulls up in front of the fence and makes the catch. Xavi hit that ball hard, but he hit to the wrong part of the ballpark. Jamie McCohen, at the crack of the bat, turned around and ran to the spot where he thought the ball was going to be, and he was correct in his judgment. Made the play. 1 down, and here is Marcel Herring. Pitch to Marcel is low for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Gonzalez had been 0 for 2. Now he's 0 for 3. Herring is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Lockwood has struck out 4, walked 3. There's a swing and a foul at the plate. Strike 1 on Herring. 1 ball, 1 strike. Heidenheim have won 22 straight ball games, and they look like they're in good position to win their 23rd as this one is outside. 2 balls and a strike. This game getting to the last third of the innings. There's a swing and a miss, strike 2. Good fastball right past Marcel Herring, and the count is 2-2. Tyler Lockwood, he does his job by changing speeds. 2-2. There's a hard ground ball towards the hole. Calamia cuts it off. The off-balance throw from the hole to first is scooped by Pecci, but safe at first is Marcel Herring. Boy, what a play by Charlie Calamia just to make that even close at first base. Calamia had to go about 3-4 steps to his right, backhand it with his feet on the outfield grass, and throw off balance with his momentum taking him towards left field. And he bounced the throw. It was scooped by Pecci, but Herring beat it out, and there's the second hit. And it's almost like that's what you have to do to get a hit against these guys. They just have such a good defensive ball club. And even that almost wasn't a hit. That would have been an easy hit for almost any other team, against almost any other team in the Bundesliga. And now Herring is at first, and Renault swings and misses, strike 1, chasing a pitch out and away. No, Renault has struck out twice against Tyler Lockwood. Herring, the runner at first, being held close, but he's got almost a non-existent lead. So 1 strike to count on Renault. This one is low. 1 ball and 1 strike to Nick. Jonathan Wagner is on deck. 7-1 Heidenheim, 1 out in the 6th. And a strike is called. 1-2 to Renault. Renault looked like he was looking for something else on that one. Couldn't make up his mind, and by the time he did, it was too late. Ball dropped in for a strike. Herring, the runner on first. Tyler Lockwood comes to the stretch. 1-2. Swing and a miss as Renault chasing the breaking pitch down and away. That is out number 2. Strikeout number 4 for Herring, and that's the 3rd time Renault has struck out. So Nick not having a good day at the plate. Here's Jonathan Wagner. 2 outs, the runner still at first, Marcel Herring. Tyler Lockwood from the stretch deals to Jonathan, and this one is high outside for a ball. Jonathan hit the ball very hard his last time. He hit a line drive double that went all the way to the left center field fence. 1-0, here's the pitch. This one low in the dirt, scooped by Goering. Actually, he dropped it momentarily. 2-0 now. Dennis Ribbons waiting on deck. Bottom of the 6th inning, 7-1. Heidekoop's leading this one. Trying to go up 2-0 in this series. The pitch to Wagner. There's another hard hit ball on a couple hops. It is juggled momentarily by Smith. He fires to first in time. Andrew Smith able to make up for the initial mishandling of the ground ball off the bat of Wagner, because he's got a rifle of an arm, and he threw it across the diamond in no time. Wagner grounds out 5-3. No runs, a hit. One man left on base, no errors. And at the end of 6 full, it's Heidenheim 7, Stuttgart 1. So we go to the top of the 7th inning. Heidenheim leading this game 7-1, and it's going to be 2-3-4 for the Heidi Cup. Sean Larry, Andrew Smith, Simon Göring against Nick Renault still out there as we move to the 7th inning. And the pitch to Larry, who is 3 for 3, is a strike, a breaking ball on the first pitch. Sean was not looking for that, and it was in for a strike. Here's the next one on the way from Renault, and it's a strike called at the knees on the inside corner. Good fastball, 0-2 now to Sean. Larry 3 for 3 with 3 singles and 2 runs scored. 0-2 pitch from Renault. Swung on, fouled off to the left. That ball is going to land over near the burger stand, where they, by the way, have very good burgers. I've had a couple today. Two strikes to count on Sean Larry. Nick Renault gets the sign from Wagner and deals foul away again. Larry fighting off a high fastball. Fouls that one off to the left, and the count still 0-2. That time is called. Oh, 0-2 from Nick Renault to Sean Larry, leading off the 7th inning. 7-8-0 for Heidenheim, 1-2-1 for Stuttgart. Here's the line of the pitch. This one is way outside. That's the first pitch that Renault has thrown that really seemed to get away from him. As we're beginning to get a few more sprinkles here, as the fans are going to start scrambling for umbrellas and raincoats. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out. Larry goes down. That was an off-speed pitch. First out here in the 7th. That is strikeout number 4 for Nick Renault. And you can see the fans are starting to make their way to the tents. That should have a positive effect on the sound of the broadcast, because that's where I have the microphone. Here's the pitch to Andrew Smith, strike 1. Smith today walked, scored, hit into a double play, and then was hit by a pitch and came around to score in the 5th. So he's officially 0 for 1. Fastball is high, 1 ball and 1 strike. It's not raining hard. It's just a light drizzle, but the sky over actually beyond the right field fence is pretty clear looking. There's a little half swing roller to third, charging is Herring. He gloves it, throws to first, and he gets the out as Andrew Smith grounds out 5-3. Winkler with a good stretch to save a potentially errant throw by Marcel Herring. As Smith was fooled on the pitch, or perhaps he just was looking for something different. He hit a little half swing roller to the third baseman. So now with 2 outs and nobody on. That is 6 in a row retired, actually 7 in a row retired by Nick Renaud. And here's Simon Göring. Göring walked, scored, single, drove in a run, and flied out. Officially 1 for 2. There's a pitch inside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. One 0 pitch. Swinging a foul right back to the screen. Göring with a good cut. 1 ball, 1 strike. Renaud has given up 8 hits. As you hear thunder in the background, there are passing storms. Here's the 1-1 pitch. There's a little fly ball to right field. Right there is Hagen Retz. He makes a one-handed catch. And 2 1-2-3 innings in a row for Nick Renaud as he retires the Heide Cup in order here in the 7th. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. At the end of 6.5, Heidenheim leads 7-1. Bottom of the 7th inning. It's going to be 6-7-8. Dennis Ribbons, Marcus Winkler, and Hagen Retz against Tyler Lockwood. Lockwood's still out there. He's walked 3, struck out 5, given up 2 hits and 1 run. It's been a very clean outing for him, and the pitch to Ribbons is a strike, 0-1. Dennis today has walked and grounded out, officially 0 for 1. As the rain picks up a little more, there's a strike on the outside corner. 0-2. And the next one is low. Göring, I think, was expecting a strike call, was going to throw the ball around the infield, but the pitch is low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's a swing and a miss for strike 3. The Ribbons is out number 1. That is strikeout number 6 for Lockwood. And with 1 out in the 7th, nobody on, here's Marcus Winkler. Winkler walked and scored the only run for the Reds. That was back in the 3rd. And otherwise, he grounded out. He is 0 for 1 officially. And he lines this ball off to the right, but it is foul just by a few meters, tailing off to the right of the foul line. Bid for an extra base hit for Winkler, and the count is 1 strike. Sean Larry retrieving the ball over in the corner. It is raining pretty hard right now. All the fans are under umbrellas or in the tents. Here's the 1 strike pitch. Strike 2 is called. Tyler Lockwood out in front, no balls and 2 strikes. But the skies are considerably brighter off to the left, which is where the weather is coming from. So I don't expect this rain to last too long. There's a ground ball to the right side. Takes a huge bounce. It goes over Pecci's head. And it'll be a base hit, although Sean Larry had an idea of throwing to Lockwood covering. That would have been some play. But that'll be a base hit for Marcus Winkler. That ball just took a kangaroo bounce and went way over Pecci's head. All he could do was watch it go by as if it was an airplane crossing over. So there's the 3rd hit of the game for the Stuttgart Reds. It comes with 1 out here in the 7th, and that will bring up the number 8 hitter, Hagen Retz. Retz has walked and grounded out. And the first pitch to him is a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. Next one on the way. There's a broken back ground ball to second, fielded by Schultz. Flips to Calamia, 1 on to first. In time, a double play, 4-6-3. Beautifully turned by Charlie Calamia at second base. He made that pivot look easy, and he fired it on target to first base. 4-6-3 double play, so much for that. The inning is over. And it turns into a 1-2-3 inning. No runs, 1 hit, nobody left, no errors. At the end of 7 full, Heidenheim leads 7-1. Well, now it is really raining. So we're going to continue, even though it's raining. Home plate umpire Neil Morrison returning to the home plate area. They're going to just play through it. It appears to be a passing shower, although this is more than a shower. This is bordering on downpour. But here we go. This is Jamie McOwen, and Renaud deals. Line drive, left center field, tailing away from Ing. It's a base hit in front of Gavin. He plays it on one hop, and that'll be a leadoff single for Jamie McOwen. Ing looked for a moment like he was going to be able to cut that ball off, but it just tailed away from him at the last moment, and that's how the 8th inning begins. A base hit for Jamie McOwen, and that is hit number 9 for the Heidenheim. That breaks the string of, let's see, that was 8 straight hitters that Renaud had retired. He had not allowed a hit since the 5th. Here's Luke Summer. The pitch is low for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes, and now it's really raining. They're going off first. Nobody out. 8th inning, 7-1 Heidenheim. And the pitch to Summer is a strike. One ball and 1 strike. Renaud gets the sign. Here's the pitch. Swung on a fly ball to left field and deep. Going back, Kratky. He's in front of the warning track. He makes the catch. That ball had some carry to it. And a throw back to first behind the runner. And now the throw gets through everybody and goes to the backstop. And that's going to allow McOwen to take second base. So McOwen, who had rounded second base and had to go back to throw from Kratky, came to Gonzalez. Gonzalez fired it to Winkler, and it went through Winkler. So we'll see who the error will be charged to, but that will be an error. And so now McOwen is at second with 1 out. Summer fly to deep left field. The batter is now Pecci. Pecci is 1 for 3. And Renaud steps off. There has been no error put up on the scoreboard, but there has to be one because there's no way that McOwen can just go to second base without that error. So anyway, Pecci is the batter. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. And the pitch to him is high for a ball. (7-1) Heidenheim lead. There's 1 out here. We're in the 8th inning. And the pitch. There's a swing and a fly ball hit in the air to right center field. Gavin Ing has a beat on it. Now he's coming in, makes the catch, and throws behind McOwen at second as McOwen was not tagging. So there's a fly out, second out of the inning, 2 down. McOwen still at second base, and with 2 outs, here's Robert Gruber. Gruber has flied out and struck out twice, 0 for 3. Pecci now, by the way, is 1 for 4. So Renaud trying to pitch through the rain and get his team back to the dugout for the bottom of the 8th. And the error has been put up on the scoreboard. I'm guessing the error is on the throw from Gonzalez. Here's the pitch to Gruber. Fastball up and in, ball 1. Renaud comes set McGowan leads off second. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Robert Gruber. Breaking ball drops in nicely for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 to Robert Gruber with 2 outs and Jamie McGowan at second base. Here's the pitch. Check swing on a pitch down and away. And no swing, so the count is now 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-1 with Gruber at the plate. McGowan on second, 2 outs in the 8th inning, 7-1 Heidenheim. Outfield deep and straight away. Gruber with good power. The pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Renault comes set. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. There's the pitch to Gruber. Fastball is high. 3-2 on Robert. 3 balls with 2 strikes, 2 outs. McGowan the runner at second base. Stuttgart and Heidenheim. Game 2, Heidenheim leading 7-1. Renault comes set. Here's the 3-2 pitch to Robert Gruber after a long hold. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. That's the 3rd straight time Gruber has struck out. The inning is over. So no runs on 1 hit, 1 man left. There was an error at the end of 7.5. It's Heidenheim 7, Stuttgart 1. Bottom of the 8th inning, Johannes Krumm will take over the pitching duties for the Heidenheim Eidekopf. Johannes this year in 70 1/3 innings had an ERA of 3.19, and there's a swing and a ground ball past Andrew Smith, base hit for Ruben Kratke into left field. So first pitch is smacked into left, and Ruben is aboard. That's the 4th hit by the Stuttgart Reds. That was a well-hit single. Andrew Smith tried to play that ball to his glove side and had to go past him. So a clean single for Ruben Kratke. And now Gavin Ing, the top of the order. I was going to say Johannes Krumm was the first part of the combination no-hitter. He combined on that no-hitter with Robert Gruber against the Bad Homburg Hornets as Gavin Ing takes a strike. No balls and 1 strike. So Tyler Lockwood goes 7 innings. 3 hits, 1 run, 6 strikeouts, and 3 walks. He can win it. And the pitch to Ing is a check swing, and he took it low. They're going to ask the second base umpire. He said no swing. 1 ball, 1 strike. And now the rain is appearing to let up a little bit, although it's pretty wet out there. Runner at first is Kratke, being held on by Pesci, not going. The pitch, swing and a miss. Gavin Ing way out in front of that pitch by Krumm, and the count is 1-2. 1-2 to Gavin Ing, nobody out, bottom of the 8th, 7-1 Heidenheim. This one is a slow curve, hit on the ground to the left side. Smith goes to second, 1, and they get the out there, and that'll be all, as Schultz had to reach far across the bag to corral that throw by Smith. So they cannot get the double play. Ing will replace Kratke at first. Kratke was the first out on the force out. 5-4 goes the play. Ing reaches on the fielder's choice. He's at first, and now Xavi Gonzalez comes to the plate. And now the rain has almost stopped. So Ing is on first with 1 out. And Xavi Gonzalez, the batter. The pitch is high, ball 1. Ing had been 0 for 3. Xavi is 0 for 3. Kratke had been 0 for 2 before the single. Only 4 hits allowed by Heidenheim pitching. And a throw to first. Ing is back. 7-1 the score. The scoring began right away in the first inning. A grand slam home run by James McGowan. And in the 3rd inning, a home run by Luke Sommer. Stuttgart scratched out a run without a hit in the 3rd. There's a swing and a miss by Gonzalez on a high fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike. It was the RBI ground out by Gavin Ing that drove home a run in the third inning, and that's the only run that Stuttgart has been able to muster against Heidenheim pitching. Meanwhile, the Heide Cup scored 2 more in the 5th on a ground ball single by Göring and a sac fly by Luke Sommer. Xavi Gonzalez with another swing and a miss at a good off-speed pitch by Krum, and the count is 1-2 as the sun comes out. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ing off first with 1 out. There's a slow curve outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ing the runner on first with a very short lead as Johannes Krum comes set. 2-2 the pitch. Swinging a foul tip. Gonzalez just stayed alive on that one. Well, the Stuttgart fans are still here to their credit. Only a few empty seats have opened up. They had over 700 people here yesterday. I'm guessing it's close to the same amount of people today, if not more, although some of them have left since the rain came. And now the rain is picking up a little bit more. Ing the runner at first, 2 balls and 2 strikes the count, with 1 out to Xavi Gonzalez. Krum deals. Breaking ball outside and scooped by Göring. 3 balls and 2 strikes now. Stuttgart trying to come up with a huge rally here. They really need to string together a lot of hits. 3-2. The pitch to Gonzalez is fouled straight back to the screen. We'll do it again. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Gavin Ing, the runner at first, is not going to be going anywhere, trailing by 6. Xavi Gonzalez at the plate, awaiting the delivery from Krum. Here it comes. There's a swing and a drive, foul. Gonzalez really got around on that one. That ball is well foul. Up and over the food area, into the trees. There you see the mascot for the Reds trying to get the rain-drenched fans something to cheer about here. Gonzalez with a 3-2 count. Everything off first, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And there are 2 outs. That is the 7th strikeout for Heide Cup pitching, and now Marcel Herring, the number 3 hitter, will step up to the plate. Krum with his first strikeout. Lockwood had 6. So Ing still the runner at first. The pitch to Herring. Check swing on a ball in the dirt. They're going to ask the first base umpire, who says no, he did not go around, so ball 1 the count. Marcel today has struck out, grounded out, and singled. He's 1 for 3. Here's the next pitch to him. There's a swing and a fly ball to left center field. McOwen ranging over towards the gap, calling for it, makes the catch. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. Johannes Krum works a scoreless inning. He gives up a hit to Ruben Kratke on his first pitch, but otherwise retires the side easily. No runs on 1 hit, 1 man left. No errors at the end of 8 full. It is Heidenheim 7, Stuttgart 1. We go to the top of the 9th inning. It'll be 9-1-2. Philip Schultz, Charlie Calamia, and Sean Larry against Nick Renaud, who's trying to go the distance, and he deals a strike to Philip Schultz. 0-1. Renaud has struck out 5, given up 9 hits and 7 runs. And the 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, 0-2 on Philip. Schultz is 0 for 3. He reached on an error, grounded out and flied out. This is his 4th at bat. 0-2. As Renaud winds, kicks, and deals, and it is low outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Marcel Herring is up on the grass at 3rd. Everybody else playing back and straight away. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Schultz chasing a high fastball. Down he goes for the 1st out of the inning. That is the 6th strikeout for Renaud. Renault, along with his 6 strikeouts, has only allowed 2 walks. And here's the top of the order, Charlie Calamia. Calamia is 1 for 4. He singled, and then he's grounded out twice and struck out. Calamia that steps in against Renault. The first pitch is a strike to him. No balls and 1 strike. There's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. To Calamia in the 9th inning. And a strike called on the outside corner. Charlie Calamia called out on a fastball over the outside corner. Nick Renault painting that one. 2 straight strikes. Actually, that's 3 straight strikeouts for Renault if you go back to the 8th inning when he struck out Gruber. Strikeout number 7 for Nick. And now with 2 outs, here is Sean Larry. Larry has singled 3 times, scored twice, and then he struck out in his last at-bat. So he is 3 for 4 in the day. Stands in against the right-hander Renault, who deals. Ball outside and high, 1 ball and no strikes. The rain has just about stopped. 1-0 pitch. That one's in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes on Larry. Heidenheim scoring 4 runs in the first on the grand slam by McOwen. A run in the 3rd on a homer by Summer, and then 2 in the 5th. RBI single by Simon Göring and a sac fly by Luke Summer. 2 0s outside to Sean Larry. 3 balls and no strikes. In the bottom of the 9th, it'll be 4, 5, and 6 for the Stuttgart Reds against Johannes Krom. 3-0 pitch is a strike at the letters. Nick taking something off just to get that one in there, and the count is now 3-1. Waiting on deck, Andrew Smith. 3-1 pitch. That one's inside, goes to the backstop. Larry looked back at Renault for a moment, but nothing going on there. So Larry with a walk. That is the 3rd walk issued by Renault. It is 7-1 Heidenheim. We're in the top of the 9th inning with 2 outs, and Andrew Smith, the hitter. Smith today walked and scored into a double play, and then he was hit by a pitch and scored, and then he grounded out. So he's officially 0 for 2 with 2 runs scored. Larry out first, the pitch to Smith, a big chopper left side. Herring has to wait for it to come down. He grabs it, throws to first in time to get the out. Nice play by Marcel Herring. 1 third baseman throws out the other. The inning is over. So we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Heidenheim needs 3 more outs, and they'll be up 2 games to none in this series. They lead this game 7-1. 9th inning. Heidenheim fans are ready to cheer as Johannes Krum is going to face 4, 5, and 6. Nick Renault, Jonathan Wagner, and Dennis Ribbons. Stuttgart Reds down to their final 3 outs in this game. As you hear the Heidenheim chants begin, the first pitch to Nick is a ball, low, 1 ball and no strikes. Renault has struck out 3 times. He's 0 for 3. And the next one is a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Oh, 1 ball and 1 strike to Renault. The pitch is up high. Krum trying an off-speed pitch. Two and 1, the count to Renault. This one is high, 3-1. As you hear the Heidenheim fans sensing a victory. 3-1 to Renault as Krum winds. There's a strike called, 3 balls and 2 strikes. No reason for Krum to walk Renault here, so he just came right in with a fastball right down the middle. There's the 3-2 pitch. That ball is lined to center field. McOwen has to wait for it to bounce. It's a base hit for Nick. So Renault will be at first base with a single. That's the way the ninth inning begins for the Reds. That is the 5th hit for Stuttgart. They have 5 hits, 4 singles. Jonathan Wagner with the lone extra base hit. That was the double back in the 4th. And here is Jonathan. So he's 1 for 3. Nobody out in the 9th inning. Renault not being held on by Pecci at first. There's the pitch to Wagner, and it is ball 1, low and outside. Heidenheim trying to go up 2-0 in this best-of-5 series. They have led in every inning. There's a swing and a foul at the plate. That one got a piece of Göring. Strike 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. It is 7-1 Heidekopp. We're in the bottom of the 9th. 7 runs on 9 hits and no errors for the Heidekopp. 1 run on 5 hits and 2 errors for Stuttgart. This pitch is high and outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. To Wagner. You can see Göring trying to pull that one down and frame it for the home plate umpire Neil Morrison. Morrison not going for it. 2-1. Renault taking off from first, the throw back, and he's picked off. Nick Renault gets picked off first base. He was dancing as Krum was standing on the mound. He went about halfway to second, tried to go back, and then he slipped. And then Krum just stepped off the mound and threw to first, and Renault was picked off. So that is definitely not something that the Stuttgart Reds wanted to happen. Trailing by 6 runs in the 9th inning. And now Wagner rips a fair ball base hit down the third base line all the way into the corner. That is extra bases for Jonathan. He is heading to second base, and he will stop there with a stand-up double as Andrew Smith swiping at the dirt as that ball went past him. He was angry at himself that he didn't get to it, but that was a rocket right past him. So Wagner with his second double, and he's at second. That's the 6th hit for the Reds, although the pickoff of Nick Renault looming large, although it's still a 6-run lead for the Heidekopp. So here's Dennis Ribbons. There's 1 out. Wagner is the runner at second base. Ribbons today 0 for 2 with a walk. And the pitch is a strike. Oh 0-1 to Dennis Ribbons. 1 out in the inning. Johannes Krum has the sign from Göring and comes set. Here's the pitch. That one is high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Wagner the runner at second base. 1-1 the count to Dennis Ribbons. And that's low, 2-1. Two balls and 1 strike to Ribbons. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball foul behind the plate off to the left. Strike 2. Krum evens the count with Dennis. Two balls and 2 strikes with 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. Wagner the runner at second. Johannes Krum deals to Dennis Ribbons. This breaking ball is on the outside corner for strike 3. Dennis Ribbons is caught looking. Second strikeout for Johannes Krum, and with 2 outs in the 9th inning, Markus Winkler will come to the plate. So Winkler today is 1 for 2. He walked and scored the only run. That was back in the 3rd for the Stuttgart Reds. Then he grounded out and singled. Here's the pitch to him. Swings and fouls it away for strike 1. 0-1. No balls and a strike on Winkler. Krum rubbing up a new baseball. Now he steps up onto the mound. Jonathan Wagner is on second base. Inning began with a single by Renault, but then he was picked off. And then Wagner promptly doubled. There's the pitch. Outside, and the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Ribbons struck out looking, and now with 2 outs, it is Markus Winkler. 1 ball and 1 strike. Krum deals. There's a ground ball slowly hit left side. It gets past Smith, fielded by Kalamia, throws off balance, and it is not in time as Pecci had to come off the bag and receive it. That'll be a base hit for Winkler. Moving to third is Wagner. That is the 7th hit for the Reds. They've got 3 hits in this inning, but the pickoff erased one of the base runners. So now Hagen-Retz with runners on first and third and 2 outs in the 9th inning. Retz has walked, grounded out twice. One of those ground balls was a double play ball, so he is officially 0 for 2. They're going to play behind Winkler at first. Wagner is the runner at third. 2 outs in the 9th inning, 7-1 Heidenheim. Krum deals to Hagen-Retz, and it is a strike on the outside corner. Looked like a breaking ball. It dropped in. No balls and 1 strike. Krum working from the stretch, even though the runner at first, Winkler, is not being held on. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and popped up. Shallow center field. McGowan waiting for it. He makes the catch. The ball game is over. Heidenheim wins. Final score 7-1, and they take a 2-0 lead in this best-of-5 series. They defeat Stuttgart yesterday 14-4, and they defeat Stuttgart again today 7-1. And you can hear and see the jubilation from the Heidenheim fans. Just a short drive away. The Stuttgart fans also putting on a heck of a show, supporting their own team. As you see the Stuttgart Reds coming out in what very likely will be their final home game of this season. It's been a great season for Stuttgart. It's not over yet, but this series will move to Heidenheim. And so the Stuttgart Reds want to give their fans a show of appreciation right here, and that's what's happening. And it's a very nice moment. Stuttgart making the playoffs for the first time in their franchise history, and they made it to the semifinals. It's not over yet. However, the train of the Heidenheim Cup keeps on rolling, as you see Simon Göring with his kids. They have won 23 ball games in a row, and they are 1 win closer to reaching the German championships.